Welcome to EDU World Space.
We're asked to find the perpendicular distance from the line D to B to the force vector C to F. And this question is asking us to use information that we've calculated from a previous problem. So we've already calculated the moment from D to B, the unit vector from D to B, and the force vector from C to F. Since the question asks us to refer to a previous problem where we've already calculated these three values. So to begin this problem, we're going to first find the parallel component of this force vector, this CF force vector. So to do that, we can write the parallel force component as F of 1, which is equal to the unit vector from D to B times the dot product of the force vector from C to F. So this is equal to the unit vector dot the force vector and this will give us a parallel component of 24.84 newtons. And next we're going to find the perpendicular component of the force vector. So we can write out the following equation. So the magnitude of the force vector from C to F is equal to the square root of the F of 1 component squared plus the perpendicular component squared, which we'll call F of 2. So we can plug in the magnitude of the force, and we've already calculated F of 1. So we plug in those two terms, which will give us 33 is equal to the square root of 24.84 squared plus f of 2 squared. And solving this for the perpendicular component f of 2, we get a value of 21.72 newtons. And since we now have this perpendicular component, we can now use the following expression to solve for the final perpendicular distance. So we have the magnitude of the moment about dB is equal to f of 2 times the distance, which is what we're trying to solve for. So we plug in what we know. So we know the magnitude, and we also know f of 2. So the magnitude of the moment was 9.504, and the perpendicular component of the force vector was 21.72, and then times the distance that we're solving for. And we can rewrite this expression solving for distance, and that leaves us with the final answer of 0.4376 meters.